I know, hold the fucking presses. I'm actually doing a video. um, yeah, I just thought I'd do a Hell in the Cell review. Not particularly gonna watch it. I don't I've ever watched a Hell in a Cell pay per view. Um, I disagree with the theme of this pay per view in the sense that Hell in a Cell matches used to be very special. To dedicate a whole pay per view to a Hell in a Cell match where they're not allowed to have too much of a brutal match just seems pointless to me. So I just don't watch it. That and then insist on putting it as a Sky box office match, so I will not be ordering it. However, I will have my quick thoughts on it. I'm actually expecting this pay per view to be quite good. So it does seem a bit strange that I'm not ordering it, but I'm just not. I have my own feeling, and I just don't think. The reason why I think it will be quite good is that I think it will set up a lot potentially for Survivor Series. Um, but I actually quite like the look of this card as well on the face of it. There are, as far as I can tell, there's 7 matches in there. So it's a decent card for a pay-per-view that I don't normally care too much about. So let's get right into it. Um, Curtis Axel versus Big E Langston. I think had this feud had more of a time to blossom, I think this could be a very intriguing match. I don't think they've quite sold Biggie yet as a baby face, but I think long term that's where his future needs to be. I don't see Biggie beating Axel here, but I see there being some sort of stupid bum finish where and probably a rematch next month will happen, and they give this time more time for this feud to blossom. Because I think this is an intriguing matchup. So yeah, I see Axel retaining through some sort of screwy finish. Um, Los Matadores, Epico Prima, as you guys know, I call them because they are Epico Prima, versus the Real Americans. I think they've had this match way too soon, but then at the same time, you don't have any heel tag teams really other than the Real Americans, 3MV, and obviously the Shield. So they beat 3MB, so the only way for them to go is really the Real Americans. So probably expect Los Matadores, Los Matadores to win this match. It's their first pay per view outing, so I expect them to win for the feud to continue. Next, AJ versus Brie Bella for the Divas Championship. Um, I don't think it's been particularly built well, although it has been built over the course of a few weeks. I just don't think that many people are that sold on the Brie Bella character to make this an intriguing matchup. But they have attempted to do it. So Brie is an okay worker, for Diva standards these days. I would be very shocked if AJ drops the strap here. Um, so I expect AJ to retain. She should. I mean, unless they're going for a feel-good moment later on in the show, I expect AJ to retain. The Rose Boys versus the Shield versus the Usos. This should be a good match. As long as it's not a clusterfuck. But if you're gonna do, I'm not a big fan of triple threat matches. But when a triple threat match has a tag team involved, as like a triple threat tag team matches, I'm more sold on them. I'm more sold that it could work. Um, so obviously the Rose Boys are the champs here. I expect them to walk out still tag team champs. Um, I think ultimately this whole match, not necessarily this match, but their championship reign is a plot device for what you're going to eventually see at WrestleMania. Um, I'll talk about that at some point, probably in the next day or so as to what I feel my WrestleMania preview is. And I'll try and do as many videos as possible because you guys know I'm moving on Thursday. I'm not going to have internet for a little while, so I figure I might as well just get as many videos out of the way as possible. So that'll be one of them. So yeah, I expect the Rose to walk out tag team champs, and then CM Punk versus Ryback, Bareback, excuse me, versus Paul Heyman. Sorry, and Paul Heyman in a Hell in a Cell match. Toss up really. I don't really care for the CM Punk Ryback feud. I just don't care. I think this is all kind of a temporary feud until CM Punk goes against Brock Lesnar, probably at Survivor Series. Because I noticed Brock Lesnar tends to work the Big Four. That's probably part of his deal. So I expect he'll probably be back for the rematch against CM Punk. And that is a match I do want to see. So I don't care. That's pretty much the answer to that. I suppose I think I see Bareback and Paul Heyman winning. Just a gut feeling. Because they are making a big deal out of the fact that, you know, that although Heyman isn't a wrestler, the fact that there are two people in there is insurmountable odds. But fucking Punk has beaten Ryback before the fucking low blow in the Hell in a Cell. What makes me think that Heyman is going to make any difference? But I suppose for the sake of a storyline, of a continuing storyline for Punk to eventually get his rematch against Lesnar, I suspect Heyman is going to be the one to pin him again. I think that's probably what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm going to go for Heyman and Bareback for that one. And then Del Rio versus Super Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. I honestly don't mind. Like, I don't mind if Cena picks up the championship. Because quite frankly, it's just rotting on Del Rio. No one gives a shit about Del Rio. There's no compelling rivalries or feuds that Del Rio could have. The one time when they were looking like they were going to do a compelling feud with Dolph Ziggler, they backed right off the fuck of that. So at this point, Cena may as well pick up the championship strap. I have a feeling that WWE may swerve everybody and have Del Rio win this, but I picked Cena to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So I'm going to go for Cena. And then Orton versus Bryan for the WWE Championship. Bryan has been having the upper hand quite a lot lately, so I'm going to go for Orton. Probably some sort of stupid ass screwy finish, which I think that again this match is essentially a plot device to Bryan perhaps winning Royal Rumble and then going on to WrestleMania and then finally giving him the win. Yeah, I think that's what this could be. So I'm going to go for Orton to pick up the WWE Championship there. Maybe Shawn Michaels, maybe screwing Bryan over. So yeah. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. It's a real quick video, this one. I did promise you guys that I'd do a preview. But yeah, I expect Raw on Monday to be a good one. Based off the back of this and the fact that they're going to start to build for Survivor Series. So let's see where they go with this one. Anyway, comment down below. Please do hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care.